What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the 2022 portal readings. This month, we are tapping into the energy of 9 with an airplane going over the house right as I push play, which is letting me know that it's not necessarily that what I was about to say ain't important and therefore the plane was drowning me out, but that we are moving forward and doing so from a higher perspective, as planes always symbolize for me. So in this 9 portal out that gate, we're seeing that is a part of the energy. We have the fall equinox coming up on September 22nd. So in order for us to soar high and see things from a high perspective and move forward, and not only move forward but move forward fast as a plane does, we are needing to release. The fall energy is very much that of a release, just like the leaves are released from the trees during fall, because they no longer serve their tree. They've reached a level of growth where they're no longer thriving with life force energy, and now better suited to be on the ground, fertilizing the ground instead of attached to the trees. In the fall, we see where the colors of the leaves that are still on the trees are brighter and have very beautiful hues, and so we're needing to tap into that energy as well, just becoming our brighter, more multifaceted, colorful self. So you definitely wanted to adopt or tap into your release practices, like writing down what it is that what no longer serves you and burning it, or doing a detox of some sort. There's so many different ways to release. So you definitely want to do whatever you're intuitively led as it relates to releasing and just creating space. So you know how we spring clean, we need to revisit that energy and make room, release and make room for what's to come. And another thing about the fall season is also known as the harvest season. For some reason, I'm seeing a bright color blue, so we are harvesting some healing. Blue always represents healing for me, so we're harvesting some deep, vibrant, emotional healing for ourselves, that healing things that are not only prevalent in this lifetime to us, but pain and hurt and trauma from past lifetimes. So you definitely wanted to do that shadow work. You want to be open and honest with yourself about your triggering and how you feel about things. Be very protective of your energy, as I've been saying for quite some time now. Amp up your energy protection, your spiritual hygiene. Make sure that you're cleansing your energy on the daily, and that you are pretty much taking inventory and keeping people away from you that would taint your energy in any way, be it consciously, subconsciously, because understand that some people don't know how bad they get on your nerves. And then there are those who do it deliberately, trust me. Whether it is to trigger you in some way, to exalt them in some way because of their insecurities, or whatever the case, but you are responsible for your energy, and so it is your responsibility. You are accountable for protecting your energy. You want to do that by working with crystals that protect your energy. You want to take your energy cleansing baths. You want to keep some energy cleansing spray with you. You want to stay away from people who trigger you, or as much as you can. You just want to be more aggressive and radical about your self-care. This 9 portal, exalting the energy of the number 9. 9s are about endings, which means there's a new beginning right around the corner for you. And 9 also represents in the tarot the major arcana of the Hermit. So taking some time to self-reflect, taking some time to just be in solitude, in hermit mode, and also when you come out of hermit mode, being in intentional about shining your light. It's like taking the time to clean your light bulbs. Take inventory around the house to see what light bulbs done went out, what needs a brighter light bulb, a bigger light bulb, whatever the case. But metaphysically, you're needing to take some time to kind of check your lights. You know what I'm saying? Do an inspection, so to speak. Because in the Hermit card, you have an older gentleman, a more mature gentleman who has a lantern. And he's holding it out in front of him so others can see his light, as well as he can light his way along his journey. So you want to tap into your Hermit energy as well as we go into this 9 portal energy, September being the 9th month of the year. And on September 9th, we are moving through that 9/9 portal. We are also going to be, if I'm not mistaken, on that very day going into Mercury retrograde, which means that amidst all of that Hermit energy, the endings and the new beginnings and the release and all of that, you may have some things that come up for you as it relates to travel and communication, because Mercury is the planet that rules the two. That planet being in retrograde, that's that re-energy. So there may be reunions. You may be revisiting some things that you thought, you had put to rest. You may need to revise your plans and review some things, or like we said with that Hermit mode, reflect. But when you think of Mercury retrograde, it comes to serve us. It has such a negative connotation, but it actually is a blessing, because it's a time that energetically gives us a chance to re-up, to rest and renew and be revitalized, and just kind of revisit some things that we're needing to revisit, because it's very much an energy of tying up loose ends before you move forward. Again, fall is harvest season, so you're going to start to really reap the benefit of some of the seeds that you have sown, so that when you go into the winter season, you're set to just kind of hunker down and be even more in Hermit mode. You have everything you need for the winter season after you have reaped a good harvest. All of us won't reap a good harvest. I ain't gonna be the one to sit here and tell you a lie. Some of us didn't sow good seeds, and therefore we won't reap a good harvest, not in this cycle. But for those of us who have, live with that expectancy. You've put good energy out there, and so it's coming back to you. I will be set up at the Cooper Young Festival, just to give you guys a little input on the events I got going on before we get into the reading. I will be set up at the Cooper Young Festival in Memphis, Tennessee on September 17th from 9 to 7, selling my energy clearance spray and some crystals and some other spiritual hygiene supplies that I'll have on hand. And I am thinking about doing, I am thinking about the logistics of doing a drawing where your purchase qualifies you for a free service of your choice with me. And so if you're able to make it, your purchase will qualify you for an opportunity to win that service. But I know I'm gonna do it. I just have to think about the logistics of it, how I want to go about it. So that's happening on September 17th. Come by and check me out. I will give you guys my exact booth number as we get closer to time. But also in October, on October the 8th, I will be a vendor at the Healing Male Intimacy event hosted by Wellness Experience LA. I have some divine sisters out that way that are doing some big things. The keynote speaker, if I'm not mistaken, is Queen Afua. There's also relationship expert Chris Rowe, if I'm saying his name right, will be there, and it's just gonna be an awesome time. I'm so big on the male healing events, because Divine Feminines, there is a plethora of opportunities for us to connect and commune in that way, but not as much as it relates to the Divine Masculine energy. So it's good to see that taking place. So yeah, y'all, before I started the reading, I saw the numbers 919 and 321. 919, again, speaking to that 9 portal energy, because 9 is symbolic of cycles closing and new cycles beginning. And then 321 is personal for me because that's my birthday. And it always reminds me of the importance of living in my purpose, walking in my purpose. So that being said, part of my purpose is to bring y'all these divine messages for your highest good. And you know, with the portal readings, we tap into the Alice in Wonderland Oracle. And so we're going to do that and see what Alice is talking about. But before we do that, we're going to pray. So Father God, Mother Earth, ancestors, and spirit guides, we come to you in this moment, first and foremost, to tell you thank you. Thank you for your love and life. Thank you for this opportunity to connect with you. And we ask that you bring forth the best message of the collective as we tap into this 9-9 portal energy. What message is for our highest good as it relates to navigating this 9-9 portal? What does the collective need to know about navigating the energies of this 9-9 portal? What is it bringing up for us? We've seen this message before. I don't know which darn portal it was, but I'm going to figure it out. Because we've seen this one before. Do not drink poison, represented by the number 8. Do not do things you know are bad for you. Definitely needing to tap into that integrity and dignity, making sure that we are not drinking the Kool-Aid, letting people lead us astray, or as the old folks say, to hell with gasoline draws on with their views and perspectives and opinions. We're needing to make sure that we're being authentic in the way that we are moving and showing up in this world. We're needing to make sure that we're not listening to the negative opinions of others as we move forward on our journey, that we don't listen to our own negative voices within us, that imposter syndrome that keeps us stagnant and still. Because at the top of the deck, we have a moment's regret. Another thing that is bringing to mind for me is we do not drink the poison, honey. With this retrograde energy and cycles ending, there will be people coming back around you that are going to try to convince you that they've changed, or that the reason there was some separation between you two or the group or whatever is because of you, which that could have been the case. But whatever it is, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the poison. Don't do things that you know are bad for you, like moving backwards instead of forwards, revisiting situations that have proven to no longer serve you. Because in this season of Mercury retrograde and the 9-9 portal where things are ending, you're being tested. Let's see if you're going to pass the test. Because at the top of the deck, we have the number 16, a moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. If there was any fear within you that you made the wrong decision as it relates to something that you're no longer attached to, or somebody you're no longer dealing with, you're going to be shown that you made the right decision. And you're needing to move forward without a moment's regret. And at the bottom of the deck, number 9, we literally have 16, which breaks down to a 7. 1 and 6 makes 7. The number 8 with do not drink poison. And at the bottom of the deck, the star of the show, the number 9, is showing up with curiouser and curiouser. Because we're moving into a journey like the hermit of discovery, inquiry, weirdness, and curiosity. We're moving forward with our lanterns in front of us, researching and studying and discovering more of who we are and what we like and what we don't like, what we're going to tolerate and what we ain't going to tolerate, what is true and resonates for us and what doesn't. And this poison, this shit that gave you a moment's regret, it has no place on the journey except for a lesson. It was a lesson that you learned, therefore it was a blessing for you to have learned it and move forward on your journey. But don't you take your ass back. Do not go back. These numbers, 7, 8, 9, that is forward progression. forward progression into graduation, having completed a cycle, having completed your capstone, your thesis, the ultimate test that unlocks the door to new beginnings for you, that unlocks the door to you rising like a phoenix. But something's gonna come along that's gonna test that for you. So because we are in the season of Virgo, which is a very earthly energy, we're definitely needing to stay grounded and prioritize grounding in our lives. But I am going to clarify the message that came out with the Alice in Wonderland Oracle by utilizing the Earth Magic Oracle. So Spirit, please clarify this 9-9 portal message for us. Clarify the message that has already come through for us at this time. Bam. Fell out on top of a moment's regret and don't drink the poison. Iceberg. Submerged. Just like an iceberg, there is more going on beneath the surface than what meets the eye. If you ever encountered an iceberg, then, which shit, many of us haven't, especially if you're from the South like me. But just think about like the story of the Titanic. They didn't know that big ass piece of rock was underneath the water. All they saw above the water was a peak. When you see an iceberg, you may see a big massive piece of ice or a small piece of ice, but you don't know what lies underneath the water and how deeply rooted that ice is. Because you're submerged. You don't know what's going on behind your back or not within your sight, but there's something going on that you don't have all of the facts about, and therefore you're needing to not have a moment's regret about the decision that you're making. Don't drink the poison, because whatever they're dishing to you or whatever you dishing to yourself, because a lot of times that poison can be your own. It could be your own deep-seated fears and the things that are telling you you're not good enough, you're not worthy, your own imposter syndrome. Whatever it is, it's something more that is going on beneath the surface that you're needing to heal and move forward from. And at the top of the deck we have ebb and flow, the ocean. Go with the flow. Tap into your water energy. Work with water. If you can get to the water to work with the energy of Olokun, which is the energy of water as it relates to African traditional religion, especially if I'm not mistaken, Ifa Olokun is that energy of the water, especially the bottom of the ocean, where there's activity going on under there. Olokun protected the slaves who jumped from the boats during the transatlantic slave trade and other slave trade routes. That is that energy that protected and governs those souls that are at the bottom of the ocean. You want to go with the flow. You don't want to get caught up in this iceberg energy. Just know that there's more going on than meets the eye. So let me just go with the flow, instead of letting what I can see of this iceberg to stop or deter me. Let me go around. Let me just flow right on around like water does with a rock. It doesn't stop flowing, it just goes around it. Don't let nothing and nobody stop you as you move forward on your journey of creation. At the bottom of the deck, dream time creation. So not only is this a good time for you to pay attention to the messages, signs, and synchronicities that are coming forward for you in your dreams, but you are to stay focused and stay open-minded and curious as you move forward in an energy of creation, in an empress energy, because you're creating a new life as you close out this cycle. And don't master not drinking the Kool-Aid, not drinking the poison, what people are trying to force on you or what your lower self is trying to force on you. You're creating a new beginning for yourself, a new world. You're creating your contribution to new earth. So I hope that this message found you all well. If If it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. I hope to see you at these events that I spoke about at the beginning of the reading. I'd love to tap in and connect with you guys as I'm out in the community spreading my love and light. But yeah, y'all, with that being said, tap in with me if you want to book a in-person or a live or recorded reading. That information can be found on my website at www.turquoisemajesty.com. I'm on Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff. But until next time, peace.